Have you ever noticed that the state of your marriage often reflects the state of your own being? When you feel grounded, grateful, and open, everything flows more easily. But when you're anxious, guarded, or disconnected, even the simplest conversations can feel heavy. What if the secret to a thriving marriage wasn't about doing more, but about being more, more present, more loving, more intentional? Welcome to Midlife Marriage Mastery, the podcast that helps women in midlife and beyond reimagine, revive, and reignite the love in their marriage. I'm your host, Lisa Kneller, and today we're exploring love mastery, the art of being in marriage. So, I want to talk about what love mastery really means. Love mastery isn't about perfection, it's about awareness, awareness of who you are being in your marriage and how your inner world shapes your outer experience. When I teach love mastery, I often say being is everything. You're always being something. You're being loving, distracted, critical, patient, kind, fearful, or peaceful. The question is, who are you being most of the time? Mastery begins when you start noticing. It's not about taking over or controlling your partner. It's about lovingly guiding yourself into a state of being that creates safety, connection, and joy. When you shift your being, your relationship shifts with you. In my book, The Inner Work of Love, I wrote, the quality of our relationships reflects the quality of our inner world. That's what love mastery is, an inside out practice. You bring awareness, compassion, and curiosity to yourself first, and then you bring that same energy to your marriage. So, I want to talk about the art of being. And there are three distinctions about being. This is a concept most people don't talk about. But one of the distinctions is that we are always being. Whether conscious or not, we're showing up with an energy that affects the room, and our partner can feel it. Secondly, we can observe our being. We can pause and ask, am I being loving right now? Am I being defensive or open? Am I being the kind of partner I want to be? And thirdly, we can shift our being. And that's the good news. At any moment, you can choose again. You can decide to be peaceful instead of reactive, grateful instead of resentful, understanding instead of dismissive. When you master your being, you become the thermostat of your marriage, not the thermometer. In other words, you don't just react to the temperature, you actually set it. This doesn't mean pretending everything's fine or ignoring hard truths. It means staying rooted in your highest self, the part of you that's loving, kind, patient, and wise, the part of you that knows love never fails. And then I want to talk about the I am practice. In Love Mastery through the Art of Being, we explore how to declare who we want to be. And one way to do that is through creating what we call I am statements or declarations. So these are declarations or statements that align you with your highest identity. And here are some examples that could be included in your own being document. I am loving, kind, and compassionate. I am infinite patience, calm, and steady. I am open minded and non judgmental. I am peace and tranquility. I am emotionally wealthy. Now, when you start each day reminding yourself who you are, you naturally begin being that in your marriage, or at least trying to be that. And your words carry energy. And as the inner work of love reminds us, Thoughts lead to feelings. Feelings drive behavior. Behavior creates patterns, and those patterns become the habits that define our relationships. So, create your patterns consciously. Start your own I am document. Write 10 to 20 statements that describe who you choose to be in your marriage, and then read them or record them. And read them every morning and listen to the recording every morning while you're getting ready for your day to remind yourself of who you are and who you want to be. Now, love mastery begins with loving you. Every great love story begins with self love. And to master love, we start with radical self compassion, self forgiveness, and self acceptance. And so ask yourself, how am I talking to myself? What language am I using when I describe who I am and who my partner is? Am I building connection through my words, or am I creating distance? Love mastery begins when you start speaking words of love to yourself and to others. So try this. Write I love you on a sticky note and place it on your mirror or your computer or somewhere that you're going to see it all the time. And every time you see it, let it remind you that you are the source of love in your life, not the seeker of it. When you love yourself well, you lead by example. Your partner begins to feel that loving energy and respond to it. Not because you're manipulating them, but because love attracts love. So let's talk about how we bring love mastery into marriage. And let's make this practical. Here are a few ways to live the art of being in your marriage every single day. Be present. Put away the phone. Look into your partner's eyes and listen. Really listen. Presence is one of the greatest acts and gifts of love. Be curious, not critical. When your partner withdraws or reacts, instead of taking it personally, ask yourself, what might they be feeling? Curiosity opens hearts. Judgment closes them. Be the energy you want to receive. You want more kindness? Be kinder. Do you want more affection? Offer affection. Want more peace? Bring peace into the room. Be intentional. Set a daily intentional for your relationship. Even something simple like, today I choose to see my partner through the lens of love. Remember, you have the power to transform your marriage without waiting for your partner to go first. As I wrote in The Inner Work of Love, one person can alter the trajectory of the relationship. It only takes one to think differently, act differently, and create with intention. Also, I created a podcast episode on taking a leadership role in your marriage. So please look for that episode and listen to that. And here's a closing reflection. Take a deep breath and think about this question. Who am I being in my marriage today? Am I being loving and open or defensive and distant? Am I being intentional or reactive? Am I being sweet and kind or am I nagging and bossy? And ask yourself, who do you want to be? Start there. Because the art of being, the art of love, begins with choosing who you are moment to moment. You can shift your being anytime, even today. So to reiterate, in this episode, we've explored the meaning of love mastery as an inner practice of awareness and intentional being. We talked about the three distinctions of being. Number one, you're always being. Number two, you can observe your being. And number three, you can shift your being. The power of I am statements to align your identity with your highest self, and practical ways to embody love daily in your marriage through presence, curiosity, and compassion. And don't forget self love. Love mastery isn't a destination, it's a daily devotion to yourself, your partner, and the divine love that flows through you both. If you're ready to deepen your connection, start by downloading one of my free resources at lisanellercoaching.com/free stuff. That's all one word, free stuff. You'll find tools to help you reflect, reconnect, and renew your sense of purpose in love. Or if you'd like personal guidance, schedule a free discovery call with me from my website at lisanellercoaching.com. Let's explore what love mastery could look like for you. Until next time, remember, love is who you are. Be that love. Thanks for listening and have a beautiful day.